expect him to be there.
Trouble Junior hard in the inside wall. Back across the racetrack.
Got Truex.
Hits his teammate, Truex.
And Truex was there because of a speeding violation, and that's what happens when you get, sometimes when you make a mistake in the pits, cost you out on the racetrack.
And this will be huge for Junior's championship chase chances.
This is pretty much it for it. He had to really come out of this race with a good day to keep their chances alive, and this pretty much does them in.
And you guys had talked about how critical the restarts are here. We heard some of the drivers voicing their concerns about them.
We heard Biffle talking to his spotter, Joel Edmonds, saying, look, tell me if they start blowing up in front of me, let me know.
We also saw Kyle Busch get out of the gas because he thought he was closing too fast. That cost him a few positions. He will head to the garage. Ricky Rudd will get a small positive break here. He is the lucky dog, the car we were watching a moment ago on pit road.
If he was involved in the crash.
Yes.
Because he was very close to the crash and might have been involved. Talking about Ricky Rudd in the 21. There's the Scott Wimmer automobile. Yep. He did make some contact.
All right, let's go back and take a look.
Like an accordion here. We'll see if we can see what happens. It looks like, see, exactly. Cars go, then they slow down, and the cars in the back didn't see the guys up ahead slowing down and start running into each other.
It's like 21 was able to get by without any.
Watch how this closes up in front of Dale Jr. He thinks everybody's accelerating. You can't see, like I said, oh, he got turned. He got run into.
Yep, he sure did.
But the thing is, like I said earlier, you can't see one or two cars ahead.
I think maybe that was Mike Skinner behind them when he checked up. But it got in the back of it.
It's all the same thing. It's still an accordion. It was a big accordion. He slowed down. We're not sure who got in the back of him, but obviously somebody did get in the back of him.
Rudd just slipping by on the inside. Robbie Gordon got a piece of it. Boris Said might have gotten a little bit of it.
Let's take one more look again.
That would be
Mike Skinner, 23.
Yeah, it is Skinner.
There is. There's Robbie with nowhere to go.
Oh, Robbie.
Truex, Wimmer. Boris got through cleanly in the 36. There's Rudd sneaking by. And this is what the people sitting in turn 4 saw.
And Truex is saying,
where did he come from?
And I was racing at Indy. Oh, I'm not racing at Indy anymore.
Now Truex walks back into the garage.
Wow, that's a lonely feeling. The restarts here have always been pretty tricky. You have so many cars still on the lead lap.
And you can't pull out of line.
Nope.
Till you get past the start-finish line.
Pit road is closed here, but the pace car will bring the field down pit road so they don't have to drive through the debris on the front stretch. Right now, Earnhardt Jr. is 16th in the championship standings. He was 15th before the last lap was completed. And you're right, Wally, this is about the end of his chances to chase for the Nextel Cup.
Really didn't need to lose 80 points, 100 points, whatever he's going to wind up losing. This is going to be pretty much impossible to make up.
And not only is he going to lose points, but a bunch of guys, because it's so tightly bunched back there, are going to go past him in the championship standings.
But the 8 car, like the 24 car, their concern the rest of the year now is not making the NASCAR Nextel Cup, getting this 8 car competitive again, where he's running up front each and every week.
Greg Biffle gives a lot of credit to his success this year, saying this championship run actually began late last year because they were so strong, and it's paying off for Biffle in the chase for the championship. Under caution here in the All-State 400 at Indianapolis. Casey Mears is scored as the race leader. You're watching NASCAR on NBC. To the green flag here.
And it's a very slow restart. They accelerate. But as Wally talked about, there's such an accordion effect. By the time it gets back to Junior, he slows. The car behind him, Mike Skinner, can't slow down fast enough, runs in the back of him. And then the racetrack being very narrow, pretty soon 5 cars are gone.
They threw the green about 3 car lengths before I got to the double red line, so it kind of threw me off guard. I think that's what stacked everybody up. The guys in the middle of the pack start going because they hear the green flags out, and the leaders haven't gone yet.
And see, that's what I was going to just say. The guys in the back are accelerating faster and sooner than the guys in the front, and that's what happens.
That was Casey Mears basically explaining his situation. Dale Earnhardt Jr. reportedly unhappy with the slow pace of the restart. We saw an incident to this very similar in this race a year ago. Dave Burns.
I'm with Chip Ganassi now. Chip, you've watched the restart. You watched it live as well. Did you see anything a little slow about it or wrong with the way Casey led the field to green?
Yeah, no, you know, Dave, you're coming down at the pace car speed, and the acceleration cone and the green flag is in front of the acceleration cone. You can't go anywhere until you see the green flag. I think they're a little late on the green flag.
So it pretty much backs up what you guys have talked about.
And something else. Let me show you at restart once again. Look at the big gap between the 42 car and the car behind him, or the car in front of him. See, look at that area. Look at that area. Rusty Walsh is up there, and there must be 5 or 6 car lengths between Rusty and Jamie McMurray.
But, yeah.
And NASCAR asked the 42 car to stay closed up. And something else you'll see with those veterans, they won't necessarily be directly behind the car in front of them. They'll kind of cheat one way or the other if they can in case some trouble breaks out. Marty.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has come from the infield care center, and what happened on the restart, Junior?
Everybody took off, and then everybody stopped. And when I stopped, I got ran into. It's hard to see when you're way back in the back, you know, what the leaders are doing. But they called the green flag, and I was waiting for Bill to go. And when Bill took off, I took off. We stopped again, and I don't think Skinner knew what was going on, and or whoever was behind me, whatever. I think it was Skinner, but just got turned into the wall. So I don't know. My spotter said the leader brake checked on the restart, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
This is a devastating blow in terms of the championship. Is it over, Junior?
Man, I just hope I don't have to get back in that piece of crap today. I hope I can go home. So.
But in terms of championship, you lose a lot today.
Well, yeah, obviously, you know, but that's life. You got to deal with it, good and bad. So we'll be all right. If we make the chase, we make it. If we don't, we don't. We still try to win some races for the years out.
You came in 110 points out of the chase, but this will be a big hit.
Junior, the best thing, get in your rental car and leave. Then you won't have to get back in that car.
And drivers have done that before. Yeah. Should we? Championship leader Jimmie Johnson has tagged the wall. That'll bring out the caution.
More than tag the wall, perhaps.
Yes, sir. Blew up here, finished 36th a year ago.
He's knocked the fuel pump off the car and has some fire under it. I hope they're looking under the car.
There's a fire underneath the hood.
Trying to get the hood pins out so they can raise the hood. It's probably a little warm. Burns?
Guys, they told Jimmie, lean in the window. Chad Knaus ran out on the pit lane, pulled the window net down, and yelled at Jimmie, get out. The car is on fire underneath. He went to the aid of his driver and now has Jimmie on the pit lane wall.
Scary moment for Jimmie Johnson. The team has had a tough weekend. Failed to make a qualifying attempt here yesterday when they couldn't get their car through inspection. Came in as the championship leader, but their day will end early. Johnson looks to be okay, just very frustrated. Takes a seat on the pit wall. That's Chad Knaus, his crew chief. Chad clearly wants a moment for his driver to regain his composure and catch his breath. And some of the track medical attendants talking to Jimmie.
I think Jimmie's hot. I probably, as much as anything, he's just so frustrated.
Very disappointed.
Yes. Now what's going to happen? Marty?
The 9 car will stay out of Casey Kane. A lot of debate on the 20 car radio. Tony Stewart said, I think maybe pitting here is a good idea. If we don't pit, we'll be sitting ducks. Greg Zipadelli said, I think we should stay out. Tony said, it's your call. I'm too nervous to make the call. Zippy said, stay out. We need the track position.
Pretty sure what happened.
Tire?
Yeah.
Tire goes flat. You never see the...
This will give us a good indication. When a car stops turning like that and shoots up the racetrack, that's a tire going down.
So Jimmie limped to pit road, and there's Chad Knaus, the crew chief, who is a hands-on kind of guy in the window. A lot of safety equipment inside of these cars. Very difficult to get in and out of the seat. The crew trying to put out the fire. The crew chief making sure his driver is okay. Dave Burns.
I asked him if he wanted to tell everyone that he's okay. I'm glad you said yes, because they want to know.
Yeah, I'm fine. Man, that was hard. That's by far the hardest I think I've taken. Just blew it right from a tire, and the way I went head first. So thank God for the soft walls and the launch device and everything. So I'm okay. I'll be scratching my head for the next day or two, though.
You did not realize it was on fire when Chad came through the window, did you?
No, I don't really remember coming from turn 4 to the pits. I just kind of remember waking up in pit road and guys were pulling me out of the car. So it's all good.
One of those guys we know was Chad Knaus, his crew chief. Chad's been talking with Jimmie. The EMTs have been attending to Jimmie as well, and that was a hard lick, guys.
Through turn 4, the last trip down the front stretch. Tony Stewart, a native Hoosier, his dream comes true. Tony Stewart wins the Allstate 400 at the Brickyard. Let the party begin. Outside of turn 2, here comes smoke. The tradition in the Indy 500. Well, you know what they want, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
It's a small ladder. I think he's interested in the ladder.
Jason Shapiro.
Scott
Right beside Tony.
I think anybody with a Home Depot shirt's required right now.
How many nights do you think Tony Stewart dreamed of doing this? Somewhere in there is Alan Bestwick.
Oh my goodness, Bill, I'm thinking of all the moves I learned in my football days to try and work my way through. I knew I'd find you in the middle of this somewhere. We're going to talk to Tony sitting right under the flag stand here. All right. So, most of us never get to see our boyhood dreams come true. You have. What do you think?
I'm dying right now. Too tired to chase fences right now, but give me 5 minutes, I'll be ready.
Let's see here. I'm going to have to negotiate. Yeah, let's go back to Bill and get a second because we're about to. Well, all right, he's waving me on here. Yep, hang on here. All right, let's do it this way. You got me? Here we go. He got by you with 27 to go. You got back by him a few laps later. What were you thinking when he passed you?
I mean, I knew I was loose at the time, but just needed to stay with him. When I got behind him, I was actually a little better, and I knew after we get 10 laps would be all right. So just happy we finally got that opportunity late.
Driving around this racetrack, listening to the cheers of these fans, what does this win mean for you?
I wish I could put it in words. It's today's been my entire life. So I feel like crap right now. In 5 minutes, I'm going to feel really good.
All right. Tony, congratulations. You've won at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Tony